The emergency session had been running for 14 consecutive hours, and Council Speaker Morgantha's 6 eyes were beginning to show signs of strain she hadn't experienced since the Great Purge 3 millennia ago. Across the chamber, delegates from 47 star systems sat in various states of exhaustion and mounting hysteria, all focused on the empty human delegation platform that had been abandoned exactly 43 minutes ago. "They just left," whispered Ambassador Zethkri for the 15th time, his bioluminescent patches flickering erratically. In the middle of the trade negotiations, Ambassador Chen said this isn't working and walked out. Dr. Yithgol, the Council's chief xenobiologist, was frantically scanning through his data files. In 6 months, since the Centauri vegan war ended, humans have established peacekeeping stations in 17 systems, mediated 43 territorial disputes, and somehow increased galactic trade efficiency by 37%. Their sudden withdrawal from talks could destabilize everything, finished Admiral K. Roth grimly. It could destabilize everything. The irony wasn't lost on anyone present. 6 months ago, they had desperately wanted humans to stay away from galactic affairs. Now, the thought of them leaving sent panic through every corner of the galaxy. Assistant Coordinator Yithmel approached the speaker's podium with trembling tentacles, carrying a datapad that seemed to weigh more than a small moon. "Speaker, we've received preliminary reports from the systems where humans have withdrawn their peacekeeping forces." The chamber fell silent. The Rigelian-Altarian border skirmish reignited within 2 hours. The Tau-CT trade dispute has devolved into economic warfare. 3 previously stable systems are now reporting unusual military buildup by their neighbors. Speaker Morgantha closed all 6 eyes simultaneously. In the old days, before humans, such conflicts were expected, manageable, part of the natural order of galactic politics. But 6 months of unprecedented peace and prosperity had apparently made everyone forget how to function without human intervention. "What about their installations?" asked Commander Thresh of the Rigelian hegemony, his voice betraying a desperation that would have been unthinkable from his warrior species just months ago. "Still operational," replied Yithmel, consulting his notes. "The AI systems are maintaining basic functions, but they're no longer accepting new mediation requests. All diplomatic queries receive the same automated response. The United Earth Coalition is currently reassessing its galactic engagement policy." Ambassador Veltar of the Vegans stood up shakily. Since the war's end, his species had undergone what they called the Great Humbling, the realization that their supposedly superior military might had been ended by humans using repurposed mining equipment. "What if we apologize? For what?" snapped Zethkri. "We don't even know what we did wrong." Professor Exithin, the elderly historian, shuffled forward with his walking apparatus, looking more ancient than his actual age of 4,000 years. "If I may," he wheezed, "I've been analyzing the breakdown of negotiations. The humans were proposing a standardized galactic currency, universal translation protocols, and shared scientific research initiatives. All reasonable proposals," noted Dr. Yithgol. "Indeed, but we spent 14 hours debating the color of the currency tokens." A collective groan echoed through the chamber. "The humans," Professor Xithin continued, "have a saying, 'Time is money.' By their calculations, our debate over token aesthetics has cost the galaxy approximately 47 billion credits in lost productivity." "But that's how diplomacy works," protested Ambassador Silnara of the Tau Ceti Collective. "Careful deliberation, consideration of cultural sensitivities, proper protocols." "Apparently not how human diplomacy works," muttered Admiral K. Roth. Intelligence Chief Exaftos, who'd been silent throughout the session, finally activated his communication array. "Speaker, I'm receiving reports from our deep space monitoring stations. human vessels are moving. Every delegate in the chamber turned toward him with expressions that ranged from curiosity to abject terror. Moving how? Morgantha asked, though she suspected she already knew the answer. They appear to be consolidating around the Sol system. Our analysts count approximately 400 vessels of various configurations returning to Earth space. Many are ships we didn't even know existed. 400? Zethkri's patches went completely dark. We only tracked 50 during their peacekeeping operations. It appears, Exaftos said slowly, that humans have been significantly more active in galactic space than we realized. We're also detecting massive energy signatures around Jupiter and Saturn. Construction of some kind. The implications hung in the air like a toxic cloud. If humans had been operating undetected throughout the galaxy, what else had they been doing? Options, Speaker Morgantha said curtly. What are our options? We could send a formal apology delegation, suggested Ambassador Veltar hopefully. We could offer them permanent council membership, added Silnara. We could beg, said Zethkri flatly. Dr. Youthgol consulted his xenopsychology files. According to my analysis of human behavior patterns, they may simply be taking a break. Humans appear to require periodic isolation to reassess their strategies. Or, Admiral K. Roth said darkly, they're preparing for something bigger. Before anyone could respond, the chamber's communication systems activated with an incoming transmission. The familiar figure of Ambassador Sarah Chen appeared on the central holographic display, looking as composed as ever in her simple black suit. Good evening, council members, she said pleasantly. We've received approximately 14,000 messages in the past hour. While we appreciate your concern, I wanted to clarify our position. The chamber held its collective breath. The United Earth Coalition remains committed to galactic peace and prosperity. However, we've realized that our current approach may be inefficient. How? Speaker Morgantha managed to ask. Chen smiled that same unsettling smile that had haunted galactic nightmares for months. Well, we've been solving problems as they arise, which is reactive rather than proactive. So we're implementing a new strategy. She paused, and the silence stretched like a taut wire. We're going to fix everything at once. The transmission ended, leaving the chamber in stunned silence. Fix everything? Whispered Professor Xithin. At once? Echoed Dr. Youthgol. Intelligence Chief Exaftos was frantically checking his monitors. Energy signatures around Jupiter just spiked by 3,000%. Whatever they're building, it's massive. Speaker Morgantha stared at the empty transmission platform, then at the holographic displays showing human vessels streaming back towards Sol space, like a tide pulling back before a tsunami. Send a priority message to all member worlds, she said quietly. Inform them that humanity is upgrading their approach to galactic affairs. What should we tell them to do? Asked Yuthmel. Morgantha considered the question while watching the last few human ships disappear into hyperspace, heading home to whatever incomprehensible project was taking shape in the Sol system. Tell them to hold on tight, she said finally. Something tells me the galaxy is about to change in ways we can't even imagine. In the depths of space, the construction around Jupiter continued, automated systems building something that would later be classified as the largest engineering project in galactic history. The humans, as always, were thinking bigger than anyone else dared to dream.